I asked Google Lookbook LM to comment on the video I just posted on Tchaikovsky. They return with a deep dive which provides more insight on Tchaikovsky's compositions. Here it is.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a closer look at a real titan of classical music, Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky. I mean, we all know Tchaikovsky, right?
You'd think so. His name is everywhere.
Exactly. Those huge symphonies, the big concertos for violin and piano.
Absolutely. And the 1812 Overture, of course.
Yeah.
Can't forget that one.
No way. They're absolute staples. But the question is, how well do we really know his work? You know, beyond those huge blockbuster pieces.
Well, that's the interesting thing, isn't it? A composer could be just so famous, globally recognized, but still have these hidden corners, these other dimensions. So our mission today really is to step beyond just the biggest hits.
Yeah.
We want to reveal a bit more of Tchaikovsky's, well, his incredible range. Show how his genius wasn't just in one area, but stretched across different musical forms, different moods.
Different kinds of instruments, too.
Precisely.
And that's exactly what we're going to do. We've picked out 4 quite different pieces for this deep dive. We've got a serenade, a little dance piece, a famous march, and a beautiful waltz.
A good mix.
Yeah, I think so. And as we explore each one, think about how familiar it sounds to you. Which ones do you know straight away? And which ones might be like a new discovery, even from a composer you thought, oh yeah, I know Tchaikovsky.
Right, challenging those assumptions a little.
Okay, so let's kick off this musical journey. First up, the Serenade for Strings in C major.
Ah, the Serenade.
It's quite a substantial piece, 4 movements, often played in concerts. And it really feels like Tchaikovsky showing his love for writing for strings, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's a really captivating piece, and you can hear why it's popular. What stands out immediately, I think, is just the sheer richness of the melodies and the way he uses the whole string orchestra. You know, the whole sound palette.
All sections working together.
Exactly. You get those soaring lines in the violins, but also that deep, sort of resonant warmth from the cellos and basses.
It creates this incredibly lush sound, very romantic.
It is. And that sound, that feeling, it often feels familiar to listeners. Even if they don't know the name Serenade for Strings, they might hear it and think, oh, I know this.
Yeah, I get that.
It's just a masterclass at making strings sound both really powerful and deeply personal, intimate even, which is kind of a Tchaikovsky signature, really.
That's interesting, that sense of familiarity. Why do you think that is? Is it like the tunes themselves or the feeling it creates?
I think it's probably both. Tchaikovsky just had this incredible gift for melody themes that stick in your head but also feel emotionally, well, right. But it's also that warmth, that specific sound he gets from the strings. It almost sounds like voices singing sometimes.
Ah, okay.
And that creates this feeling, maybe a bit nostalgic, a kind of beauty that just connects with people directly.
Right. Okay, so the serenade shows that big romantic string sound. But he could also do tiny perfect miniatures, couldn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Equally skilled at both.
Which brings us nicely to our next piece, something quite different. The Dance of the Little Swan.
Ah, yes. From Swan Lake. Iconic.
Really iconic, but maybe less commonly heard just on its own.
Perhaps. It's quite short, little character piece for the ballet. What's amazing is the precision, the way it paints a picture so effectively in, just over a minute.
It's incredible.
Yeah, he uses those delicate woodwinds. The oboe is key here, and the pizzicato strings.
Plucking.
Right, the plucking. And together they perfectly mimic the swans, doesn't it? Those 4 little swans moving together, almost like clockwork.
Yeah, you can totally picture it.
It's musical painting, really. Very different from the big symphonies, but it shows his skill with orchestration for a specific dramatic moment. Just brilliant.
It is amazing how much character comes through in such a short time, almost minimalist compared to the serenade.
In a way, yes. Very focused.
What do you think was the hardest part of writing something like that? So short, but everyone remembers it.
Good question. I suppose the challenge is getting a complete idea, a feeling, across with so few notes. Every single one has to count.
No room for padding.
None at all. You need absolute clarity, knowing exactly the effect you want and how to get it with the fewest possible resources. That's genius, isn't it?
It really is.
Okay.
Okay, let's pivot again. Now for something I bet almost everyone listening will recognize instantly.
Okay.
The March Nutcracker Suite.
Ah, yes, of course. The Nutcracker.
A huge part of the ballet, Christmas for so many people.
Absolutely. The march is incredibly well known, universally loved, I'd say.
Definitely.
And its appeal is immediate, isn't it? It's so bright, so optimistic, got that strong rhythm.
You can't help but tap your foot.
Exactly. Uses that vibrant brass, the trumpets especially.
And the snare drum?
And the snare drum, yes, giving it that unmistakable parade ground feel. But it's more than just a march, isn't it? It feels like an invitation.
An invitation? How so?
Well, it's like the opening statement for the whole magical world of the Nutcracker. It sets the scene, its energy is infectious, the melody is simple and memorable.
Very easy to grasp.
Right, it makes it instantly accessible. It's a perfect example of how Tchaikovsky could write music that sounds sophisticated but also just connects with everyone.
It does have that sort of childlike excitement, but still sounds quite grand. What gives it that broad appeal, do you think, beyond just the holidays?
I think it's that feeling of anticipation, excitement, plus that constant sense of moving forward.
Yeah.
Structurally, it's quite simple, but it's just so good at creating a mood. It's like pure joy captured in music, and that feeling works anytime, anywhere.
That's a great way to put it. Pure joy. Okay, let's stick with the Nutcracker Suite for our last piece. Another one from that ballet, maybe gets a little overshadowed by the march sometimes, but just as wonderful. The Waltz of the Flowers.
Oh, the Waltz of the Flowers, yes, truly enchanting. This really shows Tchaikovsky's mastery of, well, sweeping elegant melodies in a dance form.
It's gorgeous.
It really is. And what makes it so special, so instantly recognizable if you do know it, is that amazing harp part.
Ah, yes, the harp intro.
That rippling harp, those arpeggios running all the way through. It creates this shimmering, almost magical background.
Sets the scene again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you have that big, memorable tune floating over the top and the strings and the horns. It's just glorious.
It is. But you mentioned it might fly under the radar a bit more than the march, even though it's from the same famous suite.
I think sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
The march is just so famous, so punchy. The waltz is beautiful, incredibly well known in ballet circles, obviously, but maybe for the casual listener, it's less instantly placed than the march.
Interesting.
It feels like another one of those, maybe not hidden gems exactly, but a layer of beauty within something familiar that people might not always focus on.
Right.
It just underscores again that he wasn't a one-trick pony. He could do the bright march, the grand waltz, the intimate serenade, the delicate character piece, all within his unique style.
That harp really does make it stand out. It feels so big, expansive. How is this waltz different from, say, a Strauss waltz? Or even other waltzes Tchaikovsky himself wrote?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, it's got the 34 time, the waltz rhythm, obviously.
Yeah.
But Tchaikovsky fills it with this very Russian, high romantic feeling.
Okay.
And the orchestra sounds huge, much bigger perhaps than a typical Viennese ballroom waltz.
Yeah.
It feels less about actual dancing.
And for theatrical.
Exactly. More about painting this big, opulent picture compared to, say, the waltz and the serenade for strings we talked about earlier. This one feels much more vivid, much more fantastical. It's designed to bring those blooming flowers to life on stage.
And really that brings us back to the main point, doesn't it?
I think so.
Whether these four pieces felt like old friends or maybe some new discoveries for you listening, they all show powerfully that Tchaikovsky was, well, just a towering figure. No doubt about it.
Absolutely undeniable.
His music is still so incredibly popular, so loved, and his talent, as we've heard, just stretched across this amazing range of styles, moods, forms, from really deep emotional stuff to pure, lighthearted fun.
Completely agree. By any standard, Tchaikovsky remains this huge presence in classical music. His compositions are still everywhere, still deeply loved, and hopefully, like we set out to do, exploring these specific pieces, you know, the sweep of the serenade, the pinpoint precision of the little swans, the contrast within the Nutcracker, hopefully that's helped reveal a bit more of the sheer scope of his genius, his multi-dimensional talent.
Definitely. So based on all that, here's something to think about. What other famous artists, maybe composers, maybe painters, or writers, might have unexpected sides? Lesser known works, just waiting for you to discover.
Good question.
Maybe works in different styles than what they're famous for. What are you curious to explore next in their big catalogs? Something to chew on.